Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Nikhil Reddy, and I believe that we live in an age of excessive praise for the wealthy and powerful. Society's elites continue to bathe in a sea of awards, honors, and celebrity. We have committees and organizations full of rich and powerful people that arbitrarily choose to give awards and incentives to other rich and powerful people. We applaud philanthropists for their massive donations, even if their charity will do ultimate good for society, and even if their conduct in acquiring that fortune was reprehensible. We commend them for dabbling in politics or pushing social reform before we actually see any results. In my travels for work, I've had the absolute privilege of being able to go to places of the country that I would have never been to otherwise. States, cities, and counties that were very different from the personal echo chamber in which I grew up. The people that I got to meet went to different schools, valued different things, and ultimately had a different vision of the world than I did. And yet, they all taught me something. They all had some way of bettering my life and ultimately making me more grateful, thoughtful, and creative. We never talked about resumes, salaries, follower count, or celebrity status. Instead, we talked about places that we visited, ideas that we've had in those places, and people that we've experienced life with along the way. And all of this got me thinking, what if that became the standard by which we judge people, or at least choose to interact with them? It's not about how much money you make or how rich and famous you are. Instead, it's about the kinds of conversations that you have and the substance that comes from them, how much you learn, and the kind of person that you want to become after you're done talking. Do you want to be better and greater and more ambitious, or do you feel more stale and uninspired after talking to that person? If we want to foster a truly democratic society, a society in which we treat each other as equals, we must rein in excessive praise and the perverse incentives that encourage it. Instead, we should aim for the exact opposite. Regardless of where people come from, the types of educations that they have had, and the things that they believe in, you should sit down, learn from them, and learn to respect their opinions. Have disagreements, that's not what I'm saying. You should be able to engage in thought and trade ideas and disagree when you feel it's necessary. But you should never walk into a conversation with someone and feel like you already know the answer to what they're going to say, or feel like you're better than they are merely because of your education level, what you do for a living, how famous you are, or simply how much money you make. Ultimately, I guess I'm just saying to only praise people for things that actually deserve praise. Not how much money they made last year or how many followers they have on Instagram, but instead, what they do for the people around them. Do they do what makes them happy and inspired, or do they do something that makes them miserable? Do they apply themselves to a wide variety of areas, or only choose to think and feel according to a certain philosophy? In my opinion, these are the only metrics by which we will grow and improve as people, and I hope that in some way this video has convinced you of that as well.